back, everyone. In the last episode, we started to get our iron being mined, as well as we have started our bypass to get over to the oil that's over here, as well as building our population up and getting some more vehicles. So since we're already at almost our max, we will stop this because we don't need anyone else coming along just yet, not till we expand a bit. We do have a solid amount of coal sitting here, so that's not a worry. We also got our rainwater being built, as well as we've got a bit of water in there now. So once we upgrade this, which we are slowly working towards, we have 28 in storage. Once we do that, then we can start putting water into here and even building a second one if need be, to handle that sort of amount, provided it rains enough, until we can start getting some groundwater and some desalination to help us out. We'll keep on going here, get things moving. We do need to look at getting a fuel station, which would be nice. I don't think we've actually unlocked that yet, and we don't unlock it till our tier 2. Where would it be? I'll just search it up. There we go. That's not the one we're after. That one there, so we are after that. So we can add that to the queue, and once we get that, we can assign a truck to it. It saves our excavators from driving all the way back down here, which is currently what he has just done from this mine, because that does consume quite a bit driving back and forth. So we're losing fuel doing that, and we only have 25 fuel remaining, so we might have a quick look here. We'll get our ship to explore that, and let's see what we can do about fuel. Now, actually, there is a good deal for fuel. We can get rid of 80 coal and get 40 fuel. So we might do that just a couple of times, just to help get our fuel numbers back up, as well as clearing this with the coal just a little bit. It is processing it pretty quickly, so that is not an issue. So we'll let that keep going. We are slowly expanding this bypass, and old mate here has seemed to have gotten stuck. So he won't be able to get out until we mine this part here. Then he'll be able to. I don't know how he ends up over here, but he has. And what we'll do is we'll stop expanding that for now. And that's a hole, I think. No, that's not a hole. It is just... I don't know what's going on there. It needs to be mined. So we'll get him to come back and mine that. And I will also get rid of that as well as that there. I'm not too worried about that for now. I just want to expand our platform here so we can get him out a lot quicker. With that, we might also get 3 more trucks, and our ship is also in battle again. We should be fleeing from this, yep, which is what we wanted, because we have no weapons. That is going to be the issue. So our next place to explore would be this one here, or even one of these two. So we know that enemy ships are pretty close. We can't really go out too much further, and our excavator is going back for more fuel. I don't really think there is any quicker way to get around this. I think that's just going to be the issue for now, and we're already unlocking our fuel station at the moment. So what we'll get is we will start getting our advanced concrete, as well as those two and those two there. So that way we can start sorting extra resources out of here, which would be that limestone, and we will send that out with the dirt, which should be, yeah, that end one there. We'll get this guy to keep mining out here, as well as he can keep mining a bit of other stuff throughout there. We do have the backup of coal, so I'm not too stressed about that, and they can keep expanding here. We'll get used to patch that hole up there as well. So they're going to keep expanding that, and we'll just flatten this out this side here as they fill in those gaps. We'll be able to fill in that gap as well. If I can get them to keep dumping along here, it will make it a lot quicker for them to keep loading as well. We've also unlocked our fuel station here, which I'm going to chuck just where we're going to have our oil. This is where a bit of planning needs to happen, I think. We might just set it here for now, and what we will do is put a fluid storage on the back of this, and this is going to be for diesel. And we will get one truck into there. I'll use a bit of Unity just to build those real quick, just so we can start collecting it. And we've only got 2 fuel left, so we might just purchase some more. We can borrow fuel, but since we're not producing, I don't really want to put us in a position like that just yet. But I think we're just going to have to keep mining this coal until we can get through here. There is a solid amount of coal. It goes all the way down to -17, so there is quite a lot amount of coal in here. And once we flatten this out, we can then start digging downwards and collecting it. So there's even still here as well. There's just a lot of layers of dirt and a couple of other bits on here as well. It actually goes all the way out there. So there is a lot of coal here, so it's not really a worry with purchasing fuel at the moment. It is just going to get very expensive quickly though. And we should also have enough to upgrade our farm. We do. So we will upgrade that real quick. Just use a bit of Unity on it to speed it up, because at the moment we are starting to chop into our potatoes. So we'll just get that going, and we'll add a second ramp onto there for the trash. We will start losing money for the landfill or Unity, so we've already started to, and we've got our vehicle pollution as well as our air pollution. And the only bit for the air pollution is just because we have this one smokestack here, and we seem to be always at the moment running out of iron. So why is that? That's probably because you haven't quite hit a solid amount of iron. We're starting to. What is going on with that? Oh, they've just rocked up. Okay, so they just dropped off. There's a bit of iron in there, 24 iron. It might even be worth adding another 2 trucks to this, because we're going to be ramping up our iron production as soon as we've got a bit of space, and as soon as we've got a bit of work happening. Alright, well, I'm going to pause it here, and I will be back when something interesting happens. So we just unlocked our processing of iron ore, which was enable the recipe as well as process designated dumping zone for slag and dump the slag. And now we've got that, so we'll collect that. We'll collect that bit of fuel, which should be into the fuel station now. We are currently sitting really low, so I've also created another 2 excavators just to help with that. And we are going to have the issue with fuel, as well as I've got him to stop mining here and start mining into coal, because we are sitting very low for coal. I'm also going to we've got a bit of fuel in there. I'll do another trade, which is that one there, and get some more fuel. The conversion rates are pretty rough, so if you want to buy coal, it's going to cost you 60 fuel. If you want to sell coal, to get 40 diesel costs 80, so it is quite rough to do that. We've also got loans here. We can borrow, say, year 240. It'll cost us $40 a year, so if we set it up for 50 years, we pay 22 each month. We can actually borrow 360, which would be 33 a month. We can't afford that, so we won't be doing that, but we'll drop our interest rate as well as the fees, and we can also get a volume multiplier, and our trade reputation goes up higher. But I'm not going to do that just yet, because if we don't pay it back quick enough while we're not producing, we will have a very big issue. So we'll get this guy onto coal now, and he hasn't got the fuel again. We should have some coal being built up slowly, but our limestone is now full. That's alright, we don't need to worry too much about the limestone. We just need to get coal here into our storage. And our bypass has stopped mining because we actually have finished mining that little spot. Now we'll stop that, we don't really need that, and then we'll cut across into here, and we'll set that as to drop there. We'll just get it to keep mining that for now, and to mine out this little spot in here. Yeah, this fuel situation is going to be pretty rough. I don't know why you're... Oh, you've now, some reason, heading down this way. Well, if that's the case, I might just build... where would it be? In the oil section here. So I might just get an oil pump ready to go. We'll set them up like this. I can't do it like that. We can set it up like that, and that way, once we know we can get to it, it will actually send those vehicles over straight away. We seem to be out of fuel again, so this is going to be a very big issue for us. So I'm going to say for this boat to unload the fuel into the shipyard, but it won't because it keeps trying to load it back in. So unload all that, that will give us the 80 fuel and enough to make a couple more excavators, and we'll keep going with mining this coal to sell. Just until we can start really moving around. So it seems like they've just started to make their own path as they go. It's not an issue really for me. Okay, so we've got to build a storage unit, so we'll do that for the iron now. We'll put it at this end. We've actually cleared off that that old radio shack or station. So we do have enough to build those, enough to build that, and we've got to set this as iron. Unit storage and assign it iron. So it's been set as iron, it's just waiting to be built, and we have no parts for that, so I will stop this for now. And our potatoes are not building up, and we are running out of them pretty bad. Set that back as potatoes, set that as grass. And since our water's full, we will set up a pipe system for that. And can we go up and over? We can. And I do not have the resources to make that. So why are you making this? Because I've got no concrete. Okay. So now we need to build a kiln. Because we don't actually have any sand yet. And the sand is all the way over here, and we don't have access to that yet, so we're going to have to set up a couple of these. So if we set them up over here, we'll go two side by side, and we'll connect some water up to them. Like so. We'll let that wait to be built. We are actually going to have to buy some parts to get us through as well. We can actually use wood to buy some concrete. And we do have a fair amount of wood, because we are still doing a bit of deforestation through here. We're actually going to set it up so they can destroy all of these as well. I don't know if they're going to get to that one, so we'll get rid of that, and we'll let them destroy those ones as well. I have noticed there is some trucks through here, and I don't know why, because there shouldn't be a vehicle going around here. So it does look like we can. Okay, so we can get down here. Okay. Well, if that's the case, we can get our fuel going. I didn't think they'd be able to get down this wall here, but obviously they can. Pumping it back all that way is going to be pretty troublesome, so we'll just set up over here for now. It is going to be a journey until I can get this bypass, but at least we can start producing some fuel, as well as having the liquid dump hopefully just over the side there. Or will it? Hits the water. Some part needs to be in the ocean. Okay, so we do need that to go down. So in order to get the oil over here is if we just import it over here or export it over to here. So if we set up this here and set it to crude oil, and if we get some pipes to pump it into there, we're still waiting on those construction parts. These need a bit, so I'll set up that first, so that way we can at least just start getting some crude oil moving along and start producing some fuel. So they should start heading over there now, and since we've got that, since they are driving up there, I'm just thinking, because I want to keep all this level. So they have dumped there, they've sorted that out. I'll just get them to dump that there. And hopefully they keep mining that for now, and hopefully dump that there and level that out, and then I will actually get that. Now we do really have much research queued after this besides that one. So what we will do is we'll just start getting all this, because it doesn't hurt to get it going, and even once we get these vegetables, we can also instead of losing our water to grass, we can change it to vegetables, and that will help with making stuff move. Alright, so now that's being built, and I've just noticed we've also got no maintenance. Why have we all of a sudden just stopped? That would be because I have no construction parts. So because I have no construction parts, all we can do is we can just use that iron there, and I'm going to get this set up as urgent, because we have plenty of iron in here, but I just don't have anything moving because I don't have any construction parts. And once that's built, we should hopefully get something off of this mission. And we just got to build the kiln, and we'll get stuff off that. And we also have no fuel again, so we'll just sell a little bit of coal to get a little boost in fuel. I also have 2 excavators, so we will send a second excavator up here, and we will also add a 4th one to there, and we'll add 3 trucks onto there to keep this going. And we might actually, instead of putting him on coal, we might actually take him away from the coal and add him onto here with another truck. We'll get used to dump all that there, and we'll get used just to keep mining a bit of this stuff for now, just until they can level that out, and we will get this mining. It doesn't hurt to just sort of keep a bit of stuff moving. This guy has somehow got himself stuck, so we're going to have to pay to get him out. But it is good to know that now we've actually got oil, we can actually start producing fuel over here. So we'll just get that set up. We'll be in planning mode for this. And we also have no maintenance, and it is going down really quick, and that is because we don't have this being built, and that is because we don't have any iron. So I'm going to say that these guys can export the iron out of here, and they should be onto that straight away, as well as we need some more fuel, so we'll quickly just sell that, and we'll get some more concrete real quick as well. And once that's built, we can start. See, now we're starting to actually produce some more potatoes. We're at 9.7 now, because we're keeping our fertility up. We at 3.6% from natural replenishment, or green manure as they call it, so we're just pretty much growing grass. And we are consuming our water really quick, and luckily it has just started raining again, that we can build this pipe up. So we might have to build a second one of these to help with capturing that rain until we can get that groundwater pump, which we might just place it. Oh, we haven't even unlocked it yet. Okay, so we haven't got that far yet. Once we start getting our foot into the ground, we can start moving a lot more resources, and we can start getting through a lot quicker and not having to wait so long. But at the moment, why we have got a pretty hard start, trying to work through all of this stuff is proving to be definitely a challenge. We do have iron going into there now. We are consuming the iron ore, and we do have a lot in storage as well, and there's another truckload there of pure iron. So we can reject, once we have got some stuff going, we can actually redirect the single product load. So if a truck, like for instance that iron truck that just came down, had normal iron and it didn't have any other resource in it, this is classified as a single resource. Whereas if they were to start mining some other stuff, like if there was a bit of dirt or a bit of rock in there, it would then have it would have to go to that ore sorting facility. But at the moment, while we don't have that issue, I'm not too worried about it. We are going to have to buy some more fuel. The iron is still producing slowly. We might even just chuck a boost on that just so we can get some more iron, and as well as that one, just so we can keep on producing as much as we can. We do have 98 workers, so we don't need to upgrade any of these housing spots yet. So this truck is currently full, so that would be because we don't have any more designated zones to drop these resources. So we'll just queue up a little bit, and we will also change this area out a bit so it comes out a little bit further. I seem to have grabbed the whole thing, which is not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to grab that and extend it along the beach there. So now that there's a lot of stuff happening with all these trucks wanting to dump, because all of a sudden there's a lot of stuff that can be dumped through here. So I'm just going to extend this out a little bit. I'll give them a little bit of a dumping zone, and since these guys are close to this, they'll dump into here first. And we can start mining over this way. I want to try and avoid all these big hills here because it's going to take longer to try and get through there. So we'll also chuck one here just to flatten that out a bit, and then once they come through here, we'll actually set those as dumping spots. Alright, so we'll also just get our oil going as well now. Okay, so stick to planning mode at the moment, and we're going to need to put this somewhere that's going to be convenient. We are running out a bit of room here, so it is getting a little bit tight, and I'll set this up this side here. We'll go 3 of them, and we're actually going to chuck our fluid storage here so we can go up one. How am I going to do this? We'll go like that and down into there like so, and they should go down the exact same way. Beautiful. And then we'll get a loose storage next to it. And we'll set this for coal, and set this for diesel, for oil, sorry. We've also got a couple of rewards we can collect, which will give us a bit of stuff. And we've also ran out of diesel again. This is a very big problem for us at the moment. So we'll keep that going, and we will then set up our coal line here into there, and then we're actually going to unpause that one and unpause that one, and we're going to set up we haven't quite unlocked that advanced movement yet, so the custom routes. So once we unlock that, then we can set that up as export. We're going to set it so it stays half full, and that will send any available trucks to go and do that, as well as it will also clear our excess of coal in here. And we seem to be now producing some brick, which is good. And we will also just place 2 of these here side by side. We'll get them unpaused so they can be built. And we're going to need more fuel again, so we'll just do that twice. And then now, as you can see, they're starting to put coal in here. So they're getting that ready. Once that's filled up, once I've got the oil filled up, I'll actually start getting them to build this. We might even just get one of these lines built for now. Unpause that and unpause that one there. They don't have any other recipes? No. And we will also grab our smokestacks and set these up onto here, like so. And then we will also grab our fluid. We'll put one there and one there, and this is going to be set for our diesel. And we'll be moving our fuel station over here, out of the way of this, and once we've unlocked all of our research for our tier 1, we will be getting rid of this, which will also give us a bit of space as well. So these guys are still doing their thing. We'll set this up so they can keep on dumping, clear that spot. So they're all working. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time before we can actually get this bypass in. So at the moment they're just going to have to constantly go back and forwards along there. There is trucks on the way so far. Where they are, I'm not too sure, but they are somewhere around here. They're making their way back. There they are. So 4 trucks making their way back now. Unpause that. And we are out of what? We're out of concrete. And that's because these things haven't been built. So I'll build that really quick, just so it can keep on producing. That will also be consuming the limestone out of here, so we can keep mining that limestone that's over here. It is only very light, that limestone. If I can get a hold of him. Yeah, so he's got a bit of all sorts of stuff in the tray there, but it is mostly iron, limestone that's in this storage. We still have a solid supply of iron in there, so I'm not too worried about that. It is empty on iron, but that is because we have now got multiple trucks going and collecting that oil, which should be here now. So here they go. There's one there, and there's a second one, and they will start topping that up, and that will be half full. And we are out of fuel again, so we can sell a bit more to get some fuel. All that fuel is going to be at our trading dock, and just to help with it, we're going to trade a bit of wood to get some of the concrete here. And we don't seem to be collecting too much coal at the moment. Not too sure why. We have got a bit of coal there. That's because it's not set at half full, that's why. That's alright. So with that, we will also get this set up for our sewage there, or stormwater, or whatever it's called. And we will set this up here. Can we go something like that? That is pretty messy, I will be honest. I don't really like that at all. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And that would be all because of this one here, because of the way it's set up. So we'll try that again. I need to get... Oh, that one's just disappeared. Okay, that works for me. And you're going to be like that. Okay, I don't want you like that, I want you like that. And that will plug into there, and that will plug into there. That's a lot neater. Okay. And we'll come down here. This will plug into there, and this one can plug into there. Why doesn't that want to go there? Quad connector there, there we go. Alright, that works now. And we do actually have diesel being produced now. That is beautiful. It's obviously not going anywhere just yet, but the vehicles can take out of this if need be. Okay, Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy what you see, consider leaving a like and subscribing. With all that, thank you very much and have a good one.